So here at the Kollel, that is the Tikkun Elevator Kollel, I'm Baruch Fleischman, and we're learning the Zohar, Parsha of the week. This is Parashat Beshalach. There's a lot in this Parsha has to do with the holidays, the high holidays. But I picked up this little piece over here, so let's see if we can get it. It starts Vehi Beshalach Parashat Ha'am. So the Zohar, together with the Matab Medevash, begins. Vehi Beshalach Parashat Ha'am. So then it says, what's right up above? What did it write above that? V'yakom Paro Lilo, hu v'chol v'dov. Paro got up at nighttime, he and all of his servants, and explains that Chazi Nukba Ilod Avid Guja Berichu B'Mitzrayim, the upper vengeance. Now he means the root of the vengeance that's going to be taken on them. Plus Mosani Havo, in that root there were 3 different times of death. Bavarecha Nekama Hagadoda, the great vengeance. She'asa HaKodesh Baruch Hu B'Mitzrayim. Shalosh Misos Choya. There were 3 different periods. I don't know exactly what he means, but there are 3 different deaths. Had the Avado Bukrim B'Mitzrayim, the Katilin Kol in the Eshkaho. So one was Achashana Asacha Bikurim. So the firstborn in Mitzrayim. They did. So one of the deaths, that's what he's talking about. When they heard that Moshe said, that all the firstborn would die. They armed themselves. And they killed all the people they could find. That they could find because they started fighting because they wouldn't let the Jews out, which meant they didn't let the Jews out, then they would be killed. So they started killing the people that stopped the Jews from leaving. So he says this is explained in the Medrash. V'medrash Shochatov v'mizberkov lamed vav al ha'pasuk l'maka mitzrayim b'korehem. So apparently there's extension of the idea over there. Then it says that was one type of way that they were killing each other. V'chad dekato kudsha b'richu b'falgus lelia. And then there's the other one where HaKadosh Baruch Hu killed the Mitzrayim as kol ha'bekurim, all the firstborn, b'chatzos laila at midnight. V'chad kad chama paro mosanda b'beise b'bondo v'abadoi. V'achad k'shera paro as hamaves b'beise, so he saw all the death in his house between his children and in all of his servants. Kam v'razim garme v'kotel, so he got up, and I think I might have misread that one. V'zariz atzmo. V'zariz garme, he urged himself, let me see, I'm missing a little bit here, 1 second. So it says, I'm down here, let me see, can I get it down there? V'kam v'zariz garme, so he urgently got up, and it sort of, Farksim v'sarkim v'called the amlichu le'l'sarva ba'ama. So what did he do? Come v'zayin, he armed himself again, he got the army. That's Atzmo v'harag hasarim, and he killed the princes. V'hamoshlim, the call osim, and the rulers, the different governors. The call osim shiya'atza osim, the sar of the shaloach hasam, and all of those people who said that they should send the people out. Ad the oraisa asahida salei the ihu kam leili mamash, that ad shachatorah heidoch abelav shehu kam belayla mamash, he got up at night, specifically at night, behind the sha'asa mamaisa hashchina, because he saw that the maisa, the shchina, was taking place, and then shchina is called a nikbos laila. She's called the aspect of darkness, of night. The Harov as Sarav Hagadolim, in order to be able to kill all the great princes, his great princes. I missed a little bit of that, but I hope that as we read along here, I'll be able to figure it out better. So he says, Mefarish Omar, so he wants to explain this. So first of all, he went through three different ways. One is that they started killing each other so that they could let the Jewish people out. That's what I thought. Then there was a general killing of the firstborn in Mitzrayim exactly at midnight. And then there was Paro. When he saw that all the people were dead, he started killing people too. Now that's a part I didn't really understand exactly. So let's see if we could pick up a little scent here of what's pshat. Before Arma Kama the Guja Berichu Befalgus Lelia Kata Bukrach of Avad Nukmin. Translation Kamosha Kodesh Baruch Hu the Heinach Shechina. Now we have a question of what does Kodesh Baruch Hu mean in Kabbalah. Kodesh Baruch Hu really means a mashpia, one who goes from the top to the bottom. In other words, it's giving like that. Sometimes the mashpia is bina, and that's called the Kodesh Baruch Hu. Mostly it refers to Zeranpin, and he's called the Kodesh Baruch Hu. Kamo shal Kodesh Baruch Hu v'l'hainach Shechina. Bechatzas Laila Harugaz of Bekurim at midnight killed all of the Bekurim v'asa bechem the Kamos, and he did vengeances on them. So he says Hochi kam para ba'ara de Mitzrayim. So then how is it that Pharaoh comes along? V'chavakoto v'avad nukme b'sarkoi v'afkoi v'amarkoi v'bekol inan ravravim. What does this translate to be? He says, Kamokain, Kom Paro Ba'eretz Mitzrayim. Paro got out over the land. V'harag, he killed. V'asa the Kamos, and he took his own vengeance, B'sarav, with his princes. Umoshlov, and the people who were his governors, Upakidom, and the lesser authorities, the Bakol Hagadolim, and all started killing out all of the upper class. This is what it means for Yakum Paralaila, that if Pharaoh got up at nighttime. Pirush, the Kam the Katala the Chetzitzah, Shakam the Harag Lahashkas, he got up to kill and to destroy and to murder. V'amaki ki orcho the Kalba kad machin le ba'avna ihu ase v'nashek lahavrein. So he said, Mederek HaKelev. This is like the same thing that a dog does. Kashemakim Oisecho be'evan, he hit him with a stone. Hu ba v'noshech es chaveri, he goes and he bites his friend. So I don't know the metaphor. You hit him with the stone and he goes and bites a dog. So b'sefer Derek Emes v'taretz tzvi garis b'makom lachavrei b'makom lachavrei le ein sham. He says he's gara to draw them together. So he says it should be v'osach be'evan hu ba v'noshech es lachavrei. Don't got that exactly. Kad paro kach paro. Cain also paro. Sha'achar sha'kodesh baruch hu hakeso. Harog as a chaverov asarim. He killed all of the nobility. The basar ihu hava azel b'shvake v'hava machrez v'amar. So now all the killing is done. We went through three different types of killing, the Zohar says. Achekachu ba'atzmo choya holek b'shvakim v'choya machrez v'amar. So he went through the bazaars and through the department stores or whatever it is, the main channels where people congregate. V'omukumu tsu'u mitoch ami atam kataltun the kol b'nei mesa. He said v'tzok osam haragtem. So he said that you killed these as called b'nei ha'ir, all the people in the city. Atan kataltun sarke v'afrache v'kol b'nei besi. Atem haragtem, you killed as asarim, the nobility, the princes, v'amoshem, and the governors, v'has kol b'nei besi. So you should imagine that we have a situation. It's interesting that what's going on in Iran right now. I don't know if it comes to this level. So he's saying this is that he kills out all the people that are around him that gave him the advice to hold on to the Jews. So this is where it says that he called for Moshe and Aram and Anaida Kolomer Ata Asisem Din Kaina Shchina Hanikvas Laila. So now the Mata keeps bringing this idea of that the Shechina is called Laila, because he wants to say that the pasuk which says Hadachu Dechsev V'Yikro LeMoshe V'La'achron Laila, he called them. It could be read that he calls them night. Kolomer Atem Asisim Din, because he says you are the ones. You are the ones that did a din like the Shechina Nikvas Laila, which is called nighttime. So he came the bidchon havachakula came in shal yadachem. So it's bidchem is lashon yad. So he said hava kola came in shal yadachem hoya hakol. That in other words, you brought about all this destruction. Hare atem garamtem es kol zeh uvarachtecha begam osi. Lo tiktuli shelo tigra b'chavagosi. So he says, "Oh, v'rachem gam osi," but you also blessed me. Lo tiktuli, I didn't die. So he says, "Shelo sirgum targum b'chavagosi." Tegarmo shelo tegarmo, you didn't cause that it would kill me. V'vaser ihu kegarme ozif lom, v'afek lom ma'ara. Acher kach. After all of this, that they let him live. V'acher kach hu ba'atmo lava osam. He himself escorted them. V'hotzia osam min haaretz, and he brought them out of the land. Hahu dechsiv. This is the meaning of this phrase. V'hi Beshalach paro esam. It was at the time that Paro sent out the people. So that's going to be, okay, let's do a little bit more. We have a little bit more time. So it takes the next pasuk. V'yasev Elokim esa'am derek midbar yamsuf. Tamadavar, why did he take us this way? The sakna archa la'asrei. K'dei the sakim es haderek l'makom b'haroi. Now, what does that mean? It means to fix up the road, l'makom b'haroi, to a proper place of road. What does he mean? Ratzon Alova, the Vishav Ratzon Kodesh Baruch La'asos Neis Gadol, because he wanted to do a Kodesh Baruch wanted to do a big, big miracle, which was the Kriyas of the Yam Suf. The Hadbia as a Mitzrayim, to drown the Mitzrayim. V'chein Hesivu Derek Yam Suf, so therefore he led them towards the way of the Yam Suf. So in other words, that's the meaning of that phrase, the Maltuk says. Rabbi Yehuda Omer Ma'ishna Kad Hava Yisrael b'Mitzrayim. So he says, Ma'chashinoi Shekashahoy Yisrael b'Mitzrayim. What was the difference when the Jewish people were in Mitzrayim? They said Shaloch as Ami, because it says Shahu Lashon Hiba. So he says it's Lashon of love. Because of Ki Im Moin Atach L'Shaleach as Ami. And then it says V'od Kosov B'nei B'chori Yisrael, my firstborn, my son Yisrael. Kol Elach Hadashonos Heim Lashon Chiba. All of these languages, the Matik says, are languages of love. Uvahachu Zimna Lo Chava Gezirach V'lo Iskashach Bebecha Kedekoyos V'osa Hazman. Hashem is saying these things about the Jews. This is the picture he gives of the Jews. Adayim Lo Hoya Nimulim, but they were still not circumcised. V'lo Niskashach Bebecha Kodesh Baruch Hu, and as a result of that, they were not able to make the proper kasher with the Kodesh Baruch Hu, that is the tie, the binding with the Kodesh Baruch Hu. V'hacha the Hava Gezirim v'Hava the Piska the Iskasher Bei Kare Lon As Ha'am. He says, what does this mean? He says this means V'kan Kashayatzim B'Mitzrayim. So now we're out of Egypt. We're going out of Egypt. They already went through circumcision. V'asa Pesach, they made the Pesach off the Pesach. They made then a tremendous binding with the Kodesh Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch Karl Lechem Ha'am Stam V'lo Ami. He calls them the people, not my people. So he said that seems to be a little bit of a stira. And they answer like this: Ella begin Hahu Erev Rav. There's the Baku Behu V'isav Ruch B'Chadaihu Karile Esa'am Stam. So the question is why didn't he call them my people? Before the circumcision, they were my people. Now after the circumcision and they're leaving, they're called Amma, the people. What is the meaning of this? Erev Rav. It's because we didn't go out alone. There is a mixed multitude amongst us of Gentiles. So the Erev Rav is Balkuh Bechem. They clung to the Jews, and they were mixed in with them. Kara Osam es Am Stam, so therefore they called him just the people. Hamora al Stam Anashim Rabim Hamaguvotzim Yachad. It's like just a people. It doesn't mean a rabble exactly, but just a group of people that al Stam Anashim, just any people. Rabim which are gathered together. Kamadat Amar, it's like this, or you say like this. V'yigof Hashem esa'am al asher asa esa ego. Now what is this v'yigof? And here he says the word ha'am again. Al asher asa esa ego, because they made the golden calf. V'od kasev v'yakachel la'am al Aaron. So then it also writes that the Am, here's the word Am again, gathered together around Aaron. V'od v'yar ha'am ki boshes Moshe. And then here once again, the people saw. What he's referring here to the Erev Rav. They saw that Moshe was delayed. For Cain Kulhu, all the times that you see the word ha'am, B'kal Macha Shekasa V'am Agavana Ala Erev Rav, it's always talking about the Erev Rav. Okay, let's look at one more, and that will be our thing. Let me get a little drink here. So I said Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Yitzchak for Rabbi Yehuda, I love these stories. They're walking, they're traveling. They're going from Usha to Lod. Elo habebeis chaverim koyel holchim be'usha to Lod. V'havi imahom yosi taya. Beketirach de galmi aturpi bekisfagu. V'yacholek imahim. This person, Yosi HaSocher, he's a merchant. Bekesher, Kama Gamolim, he was bound together with him. I guess he's a salesman or traveler like that. Kama Gamolim, so he had a whole bunch of camels there. V'hoyenosim Masuls Al Kasfehem, and all of them on their backs, they were carrying different loads. Hava Ozli, so before he came, Ashkach Achu Yosi Toya, they saw that this merchant, Yosi, Toya, into Hadach Deshar Amin, the Ketira Beroke the Hakla. Ba'od Shahoya Holichos, before they were going, Matzah, so they found him in other places, Yosi at Zohar, Isha Achas, Nachris, Shahosa, Malakasis, Ba'esve Hasada. He says, what? Matzah Oso Yosi al-Socher. He found this, a certain woman, a Gentile woman, Shahosa Malakatis, Ba'asve Hasada. She was gathering from the grasses and the plants of the field. Ishtimit benayku v'iskidel v'iski v'ba v'asal Allah. So he says, Nishamet mehem, so they separated from them, and he raped her. Tavahu Rabbi Yitzchak for Rabbi Yehuda. So these two wondered about the Tamahu Rabbi Yitzchak for Rabbi Yehuda. Lama Tir Lechem Hakodesh Baruch Hu Davik. Why did Hashem show them this? Okay, Amr Nasiv Ba'ar Chador. Amr Chabnach Socha the Maderach Hazeh. Let's go back from the way that we're traveling. The Hakucher Barichu Bol Achzah Lon the Lo Nishave Bahade. He wanted to come and to show us that we should stay away from him. So they changed where they're going. They went a different way. So they investigated into him. That he was the son of a Gentile woman. His father was, I don't know what he means by Zerapostle, but he was an unfit father some way. Amba Baruch Rachmana de Shabizlan. Amba Baruch Hashem de Rachaman. Shehitza Losana B'menu, he saved us from it, from him. Because if we would have traveled along with him, he would have been able to hurt us. So we finish right here. And it says, Pasuk Rabbi Yitzchak for Amar Lefarish Masha Kosa Lo Sischar B'Mareim V'Shochel B'Man Inun Mareim Ki Haim HaMareim. Mareim is Lashon Raw. I guess if people do bad things. Lo Kesiv Chatoim O Rishoim. It doesn't say Chatoim, sinners, or people who did evil. Ella Mareim. The Mareim sounds like they do bad to other people. Pisha Anashim Roim. The Avishin the Garme. V'Lohane. The Mischav Rachabachadaihu. She'osim Ra La'atzman. They do bad things to themselves. V'Lo'elo Amischavrei Mimachem. And also to those who join along with them. He oila Rasha v'oila d'shchena. Because if a person is bad, woe to his neighbor, because he'll infect him. Rabbi Yehuda said, Masha Kasav Mereim, Pirish Chaverim. It means friends. V'amar David HaMelech, Archik Garmach Mereim. Tarchik Atzmacha, distance yourself, Mechaverim roim, from bad friends. The lo tahavku rohim b'chavrei kahada. Shelo tihya rohim b'chaverim yachad, so that they shouldn't do damage, hurt. Tihya rohim, reim. Shelo tihya reim b'chaverim yachad, that they should do these reim, these people who are bad, and chaverim should not be together. Lo yavishu loch ovodoi, this is poi b'chatoy. Shelo yaziku l'cho masehem, and not be trapped into their sins. This is Baruch Fleischman, and you've been listening to the Zohar, the Parashat Beshalach. And I think today is the 12th, the 11th day of Shevat, 5786.